he nailed that. Matan absolutely nailed that turn.
Coming back to the checkers, Matan Rosenberg wins at Gingerman Raceway.
Interesting. That's fastest lap for second place.
There you go.
He'll be on pole for the next race.
Yeah, as long as it stands, you're right.
All right, everybody, and I'm here once again with Eric Catil. Eric, it is always a pleasure talking to you. That was a great race. Unfortunately, we did see some yellow flags for a good portion of it. Now, talk to us about the battles that you got into. There's a couple hairy moments.
Yeah, it was some pretty good battles with Luke McGrew. I felt like I had good pace. It's just really hard to pass around this track. So when the caution came out, it was a blessing and a curse because the Corvettes could cool their tires down. And at the same time, Luke made a move and it allowed me to go on the outside of him and then pass him on the inside of 2. And then I was just trying to hunt down Matan, but he held it together. You got a little sketchy in turn 10 or turn 9.
He spooked me.
Yeah, turn 9, I thought you were gonna spin it or go off, and then I tried to make a move on you in turn 10, and it was like, there was no way I was gonna catch up to you on the straight. But good race, man, that was fun.
Yesterday, and in the 48 spot is the 308 of Kyle Malarkey.
Kyle Hale, Clayton Fitzpatrick make up the final row of 50 cars here in Gridlife Touring Cup at the 11th Annual Gridlife Midwest Festival. Green flag flies, and we're underway at Gingerman Raceway. Catil and Rosenberg side by side down towards turn 1. Dead even, big lunge from behind into the first corner, and there's one car going around, spinning at turn 1.
And look at that, Catil actually chose that outside starting position and had cleared Matan before they even got to the exit of turn 1. So he read that and played that to absolute perfection.
And cars now into turn 3. Catil leads Rosenberg, but they're still door-to-door behind him. That's Eric Meadows and James Houghton. Meadows out to the, or that's McGrew rather. Meadows is a bit further back, a run on the Waldbaum car. And there is a car stuck at Julio Crispin in the 350 at turn 1, and another car pulling away there. Chance for a restart, but look at Rosenberg having a look at Catil, but he's going to have to call off that chase as we're under yellow now, Greg.
Oh man, and he had a run too, didn't he? And that Corvette, it's so much heavier than Catil's car. The tire temps come up a bit quicker, and he was trying to take advantage of that and make a move early. And it just got thwarted by that caution flag. And it was interesting talking to some of the ASM people, Chin, Lavoie, all that. They are so excited. They said, we just have to hang in there, stay in the top 10, and they could be in their first top 10 shootout. And they were all going, I want that so bad. So extra motivation here in a lot of different spots. The other question is, obviously, if there was enough contact like that for Crispin to really break that car, the other car who got into him, how healthy is that car? We don't know who it was.
We don't know, but he's the only car that I saw stopped over there in turn 1. But the pace car is off. We're going back green here at Gridlife Touring Cup at the 11th Annual Gridlife Midwest Festival. Eric Catil's in command, and green flag. We're back underway at Gingerman Raceway.
And keep an eye out here. Matan once again can get those tires up. Look at Waldbaum looking around the outside of Houghton. He had an overlap for an instant, but couldn't complete it. But Matan, if he kept those tires warm, and that's one of the things he said with Cerise, was during that caution yesterday, he let the tires cool too much. And he said if he kept them warm here with that heavy Corvette, they're going to come up to temp a little quicker. Watch for him to attack early. Now between Rosenberg and McGrew, part of that. Oh, Matan looks to the inside a little bit, but Eric able to roll enough entry speed. But now, what's he going to be able to do? It's really tough, to do anything in this set of corners here, but you want to get your run built up so you can really attack as you come out of turn 10, which they're heading up into right now.
The braking zone here. Luke McGrew lurking there as well as James Houghton. 2 pairs of 2 as they roll through turn 10B. And then Waldbaum watching, and then
look at McGrew now. He has caught these 2 up front, and he's bringing Houghton with him. So we're going to have a 4-car battle here for that lead in short order. And we're going to keep an eye on that 10th position.
Still 3 car lengths between the 2 race leaders.
Yeah, really good stuff here. Rosenberg just setting fast lap of the race. That's nice to have, but in this one doesn't mean a whole lot because it's your finishing order that's going to decide what the starting lineup is for race number 3.
And for the lead, look at this, nose to tail, Catil and Rosenberg battling for the top spot.
Yeah, you can't get much between them right now. It's that close. And Matan, he just needs to be really close. Looks to the inside now. He's got the overlap, but Catil really good rolling speed around a corner. But now Matan is going to have that straight line acceleration drive, but Catil staying right with him. This is an absolute drag race down into turn number 11.
Catil is going to rev that Honda engine to the moon, 10,000 RPM if he can make it. Rosenberg, though, on the brakes later, and he'll complete this pass for the top spot. Catil throttles up on the outside, onto the curbing, and they're still side-by-side. White flag, Greg.
Boy, this is it. If Catil can stay here, it's going to be golden. But Matan, he likes this outside line. He made it work. You see him, he's fearless there. Throws it around the corner, has the overlap, looks to the inside, but Catil going to be really good with that much lighter car around the outside. Another drag race, Kyle.
Players 3 and 4 have joined the game. Here's Luke McGrew. Here's James Houghton. Almost bump drafting into turn 3. They're still door-to-door for the top spot at Gingerman Raceway.
Oh, and Matan's going, just let me clear you somewhere, please. And Catil going, not that easy, my friend. still side by side. They have been side by side through what, 5? Now this is 5, now up into 6. They're still there. And Baton doing everything he can do to hang on to it. And Catil doing everything he can to prevent that door from shutting. And I think Baton finally might have just enough here.
Catil is just relentless. Now finally, Rosenberg clears it, but this is what it's all about. They were side by side for half a lap, and Catil is not done by any means, Greg. He's still got time to get it back.
That was a pass that started in turn 1 and completed at turn 9.
Amazing. That's what it's all about. A car length between them now, though. Rosenberg wrestling it away from Catil. Luke McGrew would love to sneak back by that Hybridracing 82, but he might not get another opportunity. We've got just one corner left here at Gingerman Raceway.
Checker is coming out.
Here we go, last corner. Catil trying to set him up for a pass. I don't think he's going to get there. Checkered flag, and 2 for 2. Rosenberg picks one up over Catil, steals it on the final lap of the race. And it's McGrew, Houghton, Waldbaum, your top 5.
Really, really impressive stuff here. And the margin of victory between Rosenberg and Catil, yesterday it was 4/10. Today it's only 2/10. I mean, it's just getting closer and closer, Kyle.
That was a great battle between those two. An outdragger down to turn number 11. And then for the lead, Rosenberg just never gave up. And this is where they began their battle, Greg, and it just didn't go away until another 2 miles later.
Oh, it was absolutely incredible what the show that these guys put on here. Just went for lap after lap. Corner after corner. Once that pass started, as I said, it started here in turn 1 and went all the way to turn 8. Just watch this, folks. This is amazing stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. And Catil wouldn't let it go. He was like the mosquito in the ear, just buzzing around, trying to slap him away, and he would never go until right here, turn 7. It's a long corner, and finally Rosenberg was able to pull the overlap away and picks up his 2nd win of the weekend. That will be great for the points for him, and for Catil, not a bad points day as well. But there's still so much racing left to do. We've got races 3 and 4 coming up later today.
Well, race 2, 2nd place again. Kind of hurts getting passed when you're in the lead. You know, that's racing, but it was a fantastic race. Baton was killing it, and I just didn't have the confidence in 7, 8, 9, which is frustrating because that's usually the strong suit of this car. But yeah, I don't know, I guess the cautions are just kind of ruining my flow, and I'm not really able to get the tires kind of up to operating temperature. Yeah, I just kind of struggled after the restart. I thought I did enough to kind of hold them off, but man, he just had a good run coming out of 9 and then shoved it on the inside of turn 10, and that was it. And then we were basically too wide for the whole lap, and I did a good job holding him off. I almost cleared him going into turn 3, and then I think Luke McGrew gave him a little bump. To get him back on my inside. So then after that, I was on the inside of 5-6, and I knew if I didn't clear him in 5-6, it was going to be over, and that's exactly what happened. Matan did a killer job kind of keeping it tight, and then yeah, he had the run on the outside of 6 and then the inside of 7, and after that I couldn't hold it on the outside of him, so thought I could maybe try to get back to him in turn 10, but he did an excellent job. So yeah, it's a good race. Wish I got the win, man. It was close. Well, I'll try to get him in the next 2 races. We have the qualifying shootout up next. My car, the first lap is generally not its strong suit, so hopefully I can put a good lap together, because you know, starting position in these races is so crucial. It's really hard to pass here. Really, turn 10 is the only corner you can pass if you get a good run out of 7, 8, 9. So gonna try to get a good lap in for race 3, and then we'll see what we can do in the last 2 races of the day. Might rain in race 4, that might change things up a little bit. Regarding the car, is I might add a little bit of wing into it, just to kind of keep it a little bit more predictable in 7, 8, 9. But yeah, it's driving great. The fuel pump issue has been sorted. Tires are doing good, brakes are doing fantastic. It's just me as a driver, I gotta do a little bit better to hold on to that victory. But yeah, we're a tired bunch over here.
Sun has been sleeping pretty much all day.
Of course, this weekend, on our big weekends, we do something called the Top 10 Shootout, where we take the Race 2 results and we take the top 10 drivers and give them one lap to improve their starting position for race number 3 coming up.
It's actually single car qualifying, and the pressure's on. And I love this aspect because now it's time to deal and dig and get ready to go. You've got one lap, and if you're ninth, you could change your destiny here a bit. This is not an easy track to pass on. It's a good opportunity.
Third place only for Luke McGrew, 41.589.
Wow, that's a little bit of a surprise. One, it's a surprise, but two, it speaks to how great that lap was by James Houghton.
Yeah, James ran a real good lap, and for Luke to be only P3, I think he'd be disappointed in that, actually.
I think so, too. And there's two guys that are coming up. This man, talk about the guy who rolls corner speed probably better than anybody else out there, that has had 2 seconds here this weekend. And then, our final guy is going to be Matan Rosenberg, who has 2 straight wins so far. So, yeah, like you said, right now, today, and in the race yesterday, the 2 fastest guys, one of which just took the grade.
Eric Cattell, one of the longest running competitors here in Gridlife Touring Cup, actually won the first ever race back at Mid-Ohio in 2019. Little slide there. But Eric's story goes back, all the way back to the very beginning. Ran his Civic hatchback, his 1992 Civic SI hatch, won a championship with it, and then in 2021 was trying to repeat that, ended up crashing at Road America, built this car in a couple of months afterwards, was campaigning it for a few rounds in 2022, but after COTA last year, this car was upside down in the ditch on the side of a highway in Tennessee on an open trailer after a road accident driving back from that event. And within 3 weeks, this car was repaired. It podiumed at Watkins Glen, and in race 4 at this event last year, he got back in victory lane after a year and a half of drought. An amazing build, an amazing accomplishment, an amazing story, and probably the pinnacle of that kind of story in grassroots racing. But at Carolina Motorsports Park, 3 wins, almost swept the weekend, championship threat.
Yeah, and there's just no quitting this guy. That shows in the races, too. If he has a sniff, he is going to come after you with everything he's got here. He had that little bit of rotation going into turn 2, but I was listening, and while the back end was rotating, he was feeding throttle, and it is front drive. So, again, you can use that to, get the back end to just turn a little bit for you like that, and see what he does.
Across the stripe here, Eric Cattell trying to start on pole for race 3. Top of the board, 140.122 for Eric Cattell. That's provisional pole, and as long as it stays there for one more driver, then he is going to start in first for race 3. He's got to hold off now Matan Rosenberg in the yellow and black ALMS Corvette liveried car. Matan, 19 years old, out of Ohio, has been a phenom in this series. It's his 3rd season.
Yep.
Whoa, big slide through 11, kick the rear end out. He is pushing already. And if anyone can take the pole away from Cattell, it's going to be this driver.
Yeah, he's got one more corner here. Man, a 140.1. He's got to dip beneath that.
Oof.
Wow.
Quick hands through turn 11. Who starts on pole? Is it Cattell or is it Rosenberg? It is Cattell. Rosenberg only goes 3rd quick, 140.947. Wow.
That was a great effort, no question. But Cattell, I said it. Nobody rolls speed, and these are long duration corners, and he just rolls speed through those corners so well, and it paid off. Interesting to me, though, front row, both front-wheel drive.
I was going to say that, both front-wheel drive Hondas, and then behind him it's Corvette, Honda, Corvette, BMW, Honda, and then, of course, the LS FRS.
First. Let's go, baby. First place. Pole position. Woo! Dude, I was down 6 tenths and I made it all up in the S's. Thanks, man. Let's go. That was a top 10 shootout, by the way. I probably didn't explain how that works, but you get one flyer and that's it. And that sets the grid for race 3, so we're starting on pole again, and I'm gonna pick the outside once again. So let's see if I can hold on to first place this race.
Eric Catil was the winner in that shootout, the one lap, hot lap we had earlier today to set the top 10 in this 53-car grid. So Catil searching for another win after getting 3 of 4 at Carolina Motorsports Park, hunting for a championship with this Vario Civic. Here we go. Gridlife Touring Cup race number 3. We're going to get the green further down the straightaway this time because we needed more space on the front straight, so we're going to wait for the green. And there it goes, green flag, and we're racing into turn 1, side by side between Houghton and Eric Catil, and door to door through that first corner. Civic on the inside, and Catil is through.
Yep, he's just got enough of an edge, and look at Matan trying to get down to the inside.
Shukla up to 5th place. Catil, Houghton, Rosenberg. There's that CSX.
Boy.
Slide through one, huh?
Yeah, Rosenberg dropping those rights here, pushing the envelope, trying to carry as much speed as possible. And, you know, these guys, they've got a little bit of a break now. It's about a second and a half back to Luke McGrew sitting there. His actual GLTC car. It looks like it's a little more roll angle, and here comes Matan. He's got that overlap. Houghton senses it, gives him just enough, but that still pinched Matan just enough that he had to wait to get the throttle.
Best laps for all of the top 5 that time. But big sparks through turn 1 for Catil. Slammed the splitter on the curbing through turn 1. Yellow.
Uh-oh.
Darn. I would be surprised if it was for the Subaru. I mean, I thought he got pretty far.
I thought so too. I thought he got up behind that
he
corner
did.
station.
Well, he got away. So the question is, what has caused this full course?
I see one of the safety trucks now is being left. There's another one up at 7, and there's a safety truck that is trying. is.
Oh, hello. Kerry James, Joel Morrison off at 11. And they're buried in that sand trap.
Yeah.
And that is not good news for us. I do wish that they would properly put in the pea gravel that these racetracks should have, or just leave it grass, because that's probably better than this.
Yeah, for sure.
This is going to take us a while to dig these cars out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it just, being up front like that as the checker flag comes out, as the field comes through here. Race 3, unfortunately, finishing under caution. And just to give you a quick update, we got word on why James Houghton suddenly showed up in his Club TR car. It's a D-Tube CTR car, and it was submitted, it was approved. The steering rack broke, probably from that really hard hit he had previously on the TSX. So that's unfortunate, but at least he had another car to be able to come out and compete in.
But the fun part about race 4, Greg, is we take the top third of the field, and the winner of race 3 is going to roll a 10-sided die, and we're going to see what that number is. That is our inversion number. Let's have a look at our results here for GLTC race 3. Of course, we had him on the side of the ticker for some time, but it is going to be Eric Catil on the top step. James Houghton, Matan Rosenberg, Luke Magrusa, Lil Shukla.
Well,
Like it's not that bad.
first place, under caution. James built his car in what? The fastest built GLTC
28 minutes to build a GLTC
28 minutes.
V2.
Yeah, you had your power steering rack was failed, and then you borrowed a TR car, put it on the dyno 20 minutes before the session, and finished second. So that's pretty
Pulled
epic.
28 wheel out of it, put 50 pounds in it, and here we are.
Oh man, yeah, but race finished under caution. Not the way I want to win. Kerry and Joel had an incident in turn 11, so hopefully they're okay. Hopefully the cars are okay. But yeah, it just sucks, man. I just want to race. Like, I just want to have a full green flag race, and all 3 of these races have been under caution. And I was hoping maybe we get a green-white checkered. I was also hoping it would just end under checkered, and that's what ended up happening. Ended under caution. So 4th win of the season, and going into the last race, 1 point behind Matan. So let's see if we can maybe pull a weekend victory. What do you think, Luke?
I don't know what to think about it.
All right, let's go. I gotta roll the dice, right?
I want to watch. All right. It needs to be between 3 and 12.
Between 3 and 12. All right, let's go. Shit! It's literally 12.
12.
God damn it!
Yeah.